Balvano, Italy. Located nearby Naples, it is the site of the worst railway tunnel disaster, the worst Italian rail disaster, and one of the worst rail disasters of all time. When you think of that, you might think of a train collision in the tunnel, or the tunnel collapsing onto the train, or maybe even both at once. But the killer here was something that you would least expect. Italy, 1944, March 3rd. The southern part had just been liberated by Allied forces from the Axis, and with it became a large black market. The black marketeers couldn't afford train journeys using tickets, so they opted for train surfing on freight trains. One of the most popular trains for them to catch was the 8017 freight train. On March 3rd, 1944, it was heading along the Battipalliga to Metaponto line, heading from Battipalliga to Potenza. It was hauled by two locomotives, 480 class 480-016 and 478 class 478-058. It had a mass of 520 tons from the smugglers and was very overloaded because of it. 50 minutes into the day, the train left Balvano station and headed into the segregated army tunnel, where it stalled due to the weight, and as the crew frantically tried to get the train out, the smoke bellowed from the engine and disaster slowly unfolded. At 5:10 a.m., the brakeman told the station master of the trapped train after walking from it, but by that time it was too late to save most of the people. Of the crew, only 2 of the 5 crew members survived. While trying to reach the front of the locomotive, they found the black marketeers, and the death toll rose to 517, with 90 people poisoned but still alive. Most of the bodies had to be hauled to Balvano station and buried at the nearby cemetery. Due to most of them being dirt poor, they were buried without religious service in 4 common graves in the cemetery. But why did the smoke plume up in the tunnel? Shouldn't the tunnel have been ventilated properly? It was noted that the provisions for the composition of the train came straight from the Allied command, and that in any case the train and station staff could not stop the train and modify it. The command itself organized the train to check the condition of the disaster, with staff equipped with oxygen masks, which recognized the actual development of abnormal amounts of toxic gases. Ferrovie dello Stato Italiano, the railway company operating the track, declined all responsibility, claiming that in the complex end-of-war setup, where Italian authorities coexisted with the US command, they could not even immediately determine who had the responsibility for the management of one particular train. However, the company could be blamed because at that time, despite the high demand on the route between Naples and Potenza, there was only one scheduled passenger train, train 8021, which left from Naples twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays, which prompted an increase in illegal ridership on freight trains. Many theories were made to why the train stalled, and it was finally said that, quote, a combination of material causes such as dense fog, atmospheric haze, complete lack of wind, which did not keep the natural ventilation of the tunnel, wet rails, etc., causes that unfortunately occurred all at once and in rapid succession. The train stopped because of the fact that it slid on the rails and the staff of the machines had been overwhelmed by the produced gas before they could act to move the train out of the tunnel. Due to the presence of carbon monoxide, extraordinary poisonous, it produced the asphyxiation of stowaways. The action of this gas is so rapid that the tragedy occurred before any aid could be brought from the outside. Hello everybody, it's Griffin Rails here. You might be wondering why this video has been edited on an iPad instead of the usual more high quality computer that I usually use. Well, it's because that has been used for stuff like homework and it doesn't really have that much space left. So I'll have to go and wait until all those assignments are done, and then I could probably use the computer, get rid of all of those obsolete files of homework, and use the computer for making these videos that you seem to enjoy. So yeah. This isn't my proper return, this is just a little treat for you guys in the quiet, long wait. Yeah. So without further ado, goodbye.